So I've learned what it takes to be an elite level lady swimmer in 2022. I wonder what it takes to become a woke white person as well. I'm just trying to join the PC world, aka politically correct. So I don't think there's anybody better to instruct me than my man JP. So let's get woken up together.
Worldwide exclusive.
Are you a white person who wants a lot of credit for helping to create racial equality while you do nothing to help create racial equality? If so, that means you want to be a woke white person. So listen up, because I'm going to give you your PhD in wokeology.
Woo! Class is in session.
As a woke white person, your mission is to attack as many other white people for being racist online as you possibly can. But don't worry, them actually being racist isn't a prerequisite for you attacking them for being racist.
Oh my goodness.
Everyone knows that racism is hate, but as a woke white person, you know that the best way to heal the world from hate is to hate the people that are spreading the hate. Let's take a look at your woke white person black belt skills in action.
Oh boy.
Tomorrow we should cancel the term white belt.
It might be racist. No color. It's nothing. You can't say anything. This Bible right here, the basic instructions before leaving Earth, absolutely racist. This Starbucks cup, it's green. Racist. You can't say that. My watch, oh, it's black. I can't call it a black watch. It must be, I don't know what I can say anymore, to be honest with you.
Let's say you encounter another white person saying something as racially hateful as, "I love black people." Now, at first glance, that could seem supportive to the black community. But as a wokeologist, you know that people never say what they mean. They mean what you think they mean.
It can get kind of confusing.
You can accurately determine what they meant by leaping to incredibly large assumptions that come from your mind, not theirs. Then you can inform them what they meant by what they said. In this case, it could be, "You just think the black community is so weak that they need your love." And now we've just exposed their white fragility. Then probably ignore the fact that you're acting from the presupposition that the black community is so weak that they need you to protect them. Next, call on the hyenas to come attack your prey in the comments section. And finally, be sure to take a screenshot of their post. That way, after they delete it from being emotionally abused by you, you can repost it to make sure they keep getting what you think they deserve. And so their thought that you don't like will continue to live on. You get the sensation that you've helped because of the highly emotionally charged feeling that developed inside of you while you weren't helping. This helps make your efforts all about you, not about racially oppressed people. Because it's your job to find racism in what white people are doing and saying online, whether it's there or not, here's some woke principles that'll help you find racism in anything.
Where's my notepad at, JP? Hold on, we're gonna write this down so we may be able to get it right, but then they're gonna tell us that, you know, we followed their directions, but we had the wrong intentions behind it, and we don't actually mean what they say we're supposed to mean when we say these things. And yeah, I'm confused too. I'm confused too. I might as well just go ahead and tuck my notepad back in and go ahead and tell us how we're messing up as wokeologists.
Assume that all white people that aren't you are racist. Take what they say out of context. For example, if they said, "I didn't enjoy watching that game," you could say, "That's because a lot of the players are black." Accuse them of racism for what they're not saying. For example, if they post a picture of their dinner, accuse them of racism because there's no black people in their food.
But there's black olives though. But that, you know, you can't say that they're black olives because then you're implying that black people are equal with food, and food is, you know, derogatory and it's just, there's no winning. There is absolutely no winning in this situation.
For what they're not saying.
Any other situations.
For example, if they post a picture of their dinner, accuse them of racism because there's no black people in their food. Accuse them of being a racist.
Why can't we be included?
And if they deny it, inform them that denying being a racist is the first thing a racist person would do. If you see someone actively supporting racial equality, let them know that they're only doing it as a virtue signal, and therefore they're bolstering their image at the expense of black people.
Gotta be.
And just know your virtue signaling of pointing out their virtue signaling is completely different from what they're doing. Occasionally, you might run into actual racism in your feed.
How many we got?
Probably not, because scumbags usually aren't that honest. But even if you do run into it, you won't know what to do with it, because all you've got is weaponized anger, criticism, and hate. Compassion, connection, and education aren't concepts bleached into your DNA.
No
Now,
way.
let me help you understand the dynamics of how you as a woke white person are making a real difference in racial equality. When you put all your time and energy into finding faults with other white people and attacking them, it means you're not putting your time and energy into helping and supporting racially oppressed people. Does that make sense, how you're not helping the people that you think you are? And it's great because you know that instead of putting your energy into being for something, it's way more constructive to put your energy into being against something. But that doesn't matter because you get woke warrior social justice points for criticizing and hopefully even canceling other white people. But you don't get nearly as many points for helping the racially oppressed because people don't notice you doing it. A general rule of thumb is, if it doesn't give you a dopamine hit from social media acknowledgement, it doesn't help create change with racial equality.
Oh, no. Nope, it can't.
Congratulations! You now have your doctorate in wokeology. Being the woke white person that you are, thank you for crusading with your sword of hate to help heal the world of hate. You're doing God's work.
Oh my goodness, good Lord help us.
What's up, you beautiful weirdo? Thank you for watching, and I want to take a moment and thank Biop.
Oh, JP, you are the man. His satire is unreal. And you guys, some of you guys thought when I was watching the swimmer video that I didn't understand it was satire. It was complete satire. It was complete humor. It was great. I love it. The ambiguity behind it, it was awesome. And I had to use it as a chance to talk about some of these issues that if you're watching these videos, these skits or whatever you want to label JP's videos as, they're very entertaining, awesome, right on point, nails it on the head. And I don't know how you could, people are going to find a way to get mad at it. SJW's gone wild, but it needs to be discussed. And I figured that was a place so you guys know where I stand so I could talk about it. And, you know, my fellow common sense people out there can, you know, we can join in and, you know, have fun with it. But nowadays, there's really nothing he didn't touch on. You can't say if it's not on social media. If you post about it, I'm confused too, y'all. Just so you know, I'm confused. I'm right there with you. If you post about it, you know, you're for it. If you post about it, give them that dopamine hit. You're for helping black people. But then they'll turn it around on you if something down the line, or they'll scroll way back in your history to try to cancel you. If somewhere along the line it doesn't add up to their agenda, their narrative, then they're gonna say, you know what, you are racist. In fact, you've done so much for our community as of late, but back then you didn't, so therefore you're racist. And if you decline being a racist, that makes you even more of a bigot. Even if you're black, you're racist. Nowadays, if anytime, I feel so bad for our law enforcement, because I'm complete in support of our law enforcement, our armed forces. I know it's home of the free because of the brave, our frontline healthcare workers. All of those people don't get enough credit, and some of them are woke as well, but for the real ones out there, the people that still have some, you know, integrity, some little grain of common sense, it's crazy. Because if you're a white cop and you go to pull over a black criminal committing a crime, you know, they wouldn't be in that situation if they, you know, followed the everyday laws and were an abiding citizen. They, you know, God-fearing. Whether you're God-fearing or not, that definitely goes to help, because, you know, if you're God-fearing, you're gonna carry your life with a certain set of moral values. You're gonna try to follow and live up to those 10 commandments as best as possible. Walk like Jesus walked. But I know not everybody's there on their path just yet, so you can still be a decent human being though. And if you're getting in trouble with the law, good luck. Because if it's a white officer and they pull over somebody who's black, or they encounter somebody who's black, it's automatically an act of racism. It's automatically them not doing their job, not trying to protect the streets and, you know, keep other citizens out of harm's way. No, it's because they're targeting black folks, men or women. They're targeting black folks. And if you're a black cop nowadays, you pull over somebody who's black, you know, you interrogate them, you point out their wrongdoings, what they've got themselves into a pickle doing, breaking the law. They're racist as well. You can be black, you can be racist, you can everything you do nowadays is racist. If you have a black keyboard, if you have a black mouse, if it's not a black mouse, that's also racist, just in case you didn't know. Pretty much everything is very confusing. It's very hard to keep track of, and it's nuts. That's what it is. And we got to get back to human decency. Everything's not racist. If you wake up a good person, if you try to love people, love others, take care of business how it's supposed to be had, stay within the realms of the law. If you get pulled over, if you know you just so happen to be speeding, you don't have your seatbelt, you're texting, doing something like that. If you get pulled over, just follow what the officer says. There's a 99.99% chance that if you follow the directions of the officer, hands behind your back, can I get your license, any of that, roll down your window all the way, have that license ready to put out the window to hand to the officer. If you abide by those rules, there's no escalating the situations. There's none of that violence. There's none of that. And I know this is a great way of putting it into humor, but outside of the humorous videos, the videos full of satire and comedy, there's some real problems going on in this world, and people are so lost, so confused, so strayed away from the truth and just common decency that we don't know where to turn. You got people that genuinely want to help others, not because they're black, not because they're white, not because they're Asian, Mexican, Italian, Native American, it doesn't matter. People that want to help people, they're racist, because then they look at them, the people that are of color, of minority, are saying that they're helping me because they think I'm oppressed, because they think I'm weak, because they think I can't handle myself. But then when you don't help them, then you're automatically racist. Then you're just supposedly helping your own kind, and you could care less about them. They're mud and whatever, just wild animals, and that's not the case either. So it's almost impossible to win, and it's almost impossible to be politically correct in this day and age's climate, because no matter where you turn, no matter what you do, how good of a human being you are, man or woman, you're wrong. You're racist. Everything you do is racist. It's going to come back to bite you. Karma is just working in reverse now. But I know one thing, and I have to take it this way, because this is my purpose. This is why I'm on this earth. Genesis 18:14. All this craziness going on. Genesis 18:14. Is anything too hard for the Lord? No matter how crazy and hectic it seems right now, God will work this all together. He will always have the last word. Satan can lurk all he wants. He can try to devour as many people as he wants. And some people will go that route of destruction. We've seen the world where it's going. But at the end of the day, when you're called home, when the world is done, those good people, all those good acts of service that you did, all that love that you spread. Again, I'm not saying you're perfect, because all of us are sinners. All of us need a savior. And you can choose to accept that savior, Jesus Christ, or you can choose to go with fleshly temptation, go with this victim mindset, go with this social justice warrior agenda. Or you can say, you know what? I'm flawed. I'm a sinner. I need help. Guide me the way. I'm going to do my best day in and day out to lift everybody up based on them being human, based on them bleeding red. That's what I'm going to do. I don't care what color you are. I'm going to attempt to elevate, progress, and help out society instead of just continue to pile on the problem, continue to pile on the guilt and the animosity and all this turmoil and confusion that's going on. I'm going to help the problem, not continue to fuel the fire. That's what we need. We need more of those people. So I encourage you to turn to this right here. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. And I'll talk about it wherever I deem fit, and if you want to ask me questions, if I feel I can ask you a question and we can have a good conversation, whether you're a believer or not, I want to continue to grow. I want to continue to get better. And it starts with people like JP speaking out, addressing the problems in a funny way, because that gets people talking, brings people to the table. Then you can have those real adult conversations saying, you know what? They're not being racist. They're actually trying to help. I'm not saying that racism isn't a real problem. Of course it is, in isolated situations. This isn't the 60s, the 50s, the 1800s anymore. There's been humongous strides, leaps and bounds of improvements and unity. We don't have to keep trying to separate, and that's what we're doing when we're trying to just, NFL rules changing. Now we got to have a black coach or a black person on the staff, or we got to have a woman on the staff, and qualifications matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, being the best person for the job matters. Skin color, it doesn't matter. Being the best for the job, being the best for the role, being the best for, a household, that means 2-parent households, doesn't come down to ethnicity, doesn't come down to the pigmentation of your skin. It starts at home, man. It starts at home. It starts with fathers, mothers working together, teaching their kids the right way, not having that victim mindset, raising them in the good book, raising them just to be good, common, decent human beings with, some aspect of moral values and integrity. That's all I could think of. Y'all let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you were confused about any of JP's parts. I know I was. I know there was parts I was like, what do you mean by that? I'm confused. The whole world is confused right now. It's confusing. So let's figure it out together. I love y'all. Subscribe, like, notification bell if you're new. Comment below. Hate, love, do what you got to do. I'm still going to pray for you. If you want to support the channel, Patreon, buy me a coffee, PayPal, always linked down below. Emails on screen. I accept hate mail, love mail, whatever you want to send me. It's all open. Hate mail is not going to get any attention from me, because, it doesn't do anything to serve myself, you, or this world. So let's keep being good to each other. For right now, shout out to JP. Godspeed. I'm gone.